Hey, it's Josh, Bad Shadow, walk and talk with Dodger in Santa Barbara. Hey, Dodger. All right, we're gonna do the quick, what are the 3 to 5 things that I suggest be reviewed and potentially refreshed in the trust document. Number one, let's start with the trustee. Don't have the 3 kids do it. It's gonna be a pain in the neck. It's like trying to run an obstacle course with 3 legs tied together. I know that mom and dad don't want to offend anybody, that they think they're actually protecting all the kids by doing this, but it's just going to add hassles. Pick one of them, write them down, have them be the one that's closest, or the one that's an attorney already, or the one that is good with numbers, whatever. Pick someone, have one kid do it. Second is, in that trustee role, sometimes mom and dad still have Uncle Mike in there as successor trustee, and Mike's old. Oh dear, check this out. So make sure the successor trustee is physically around, like best practice would be in the same town or same county, and that they also are up to it, age and cognitive wise, health wise, energy wise. And don't put all the kids in. One amendment that I keep doing is, most trust docs say at mom and dad's death, mom gets to serve if dad died. When mom dies, eldest daughter serves. If eldest daughter doesn't want to do it, younger brother does it. There's a sequence and it's always triggered on death. But I keep running into this fact pattern where dad's getting old, son is doing the work of a trustee, but really without the authority, just because he has dad's passwords and stuff. Probably would be best if we amend that trust and say, no, the son is serving right now as a co-trustee. We don't have to wait for him to get into that office when dad dies. We can add him as a co-trustee right now. And there's pre-work that can be done in the estate settlement. It's going to go a lot faster if you're already sitting in that seat, already with the controls on. So that's trust stuff. Trustee compensation is a problem. Most trust docs say that the successor trustee gets paid a reasonable amount, and then everyone's looking at each other, trying to figure out what a reasonable amount is, and nobody knows. And so sister thinks it should be a big number. Brother thinks it should be a little number. So just write it down. Write down $50 an hour. Or write down, nope, sister's got to do it because that's what eldest sisters do and she doesn't get paid for it. Or write down 0.5% of the trust value or something. Like write something down to avoid that fight. It's not that hard to do. Next thing you want to be thinking about is this ABC provision. Old trust doc said at the death of the first spouse, you got to set up a bypass trust, a B trust. And that trust holds dad's assets, dad's half of the original trust. Mom has a new trust called the survivor's trust. This adds administrative hassle. It made a lot of sense 15 years ago when the estate tax exemption was much lower. But now it's a waste of time for a lot of families. There are some instances where the bypass trust is important, really high net worth. Sometimes blended family, it's justified, but that can be solved with other elements to the trust. So the other thing that happens is when you put dad's half of the estate in the bypass trust, that half doesn't get a step up in basis when mom dies. So there's a good benefit to have the trust amended and have what's called a disclaimer trust, where mom gets to decide whether it's the right thing to fund this bypass trust. For tax reasons, it might be in the future, but let's just have it be an option rather than mandatory. That's number one. And number two, mom also can have the election of how does she want that trust to be treated for tax purposes, whether it gets a step up and is included in her estate or whether it doesn't get a step up. So there's a little bit of tax and legal planning there of deciding when to shoot those triggers, but I think it's a great idea at least to put them in the trust as an option now so that we have that flexibility later rather than the kind of prescriptive thou shalt establish the bypass trust. Other things that I'm seeing a lot are many trust docs just say give the money to the kids free of trust if they're over 35. And then the problem is you got one of the kids that's like a ne'er-do-well, having a third of the estate drop on junior right now at this time of his life is probably not going to be the best thing. Because he's got an addiction problem or he's not stable emotionally or something. So some families are saying, hey, you know what? Why don't we just have this trust that we set up kick out into trusts for our kids. That way it's already in trust. If we don't feel that Junior is a good candidate, we're going to name a trustee for him, pick a certified licensed professional fiduciary, pick Uncle Bob, pick somebody, the CPA, the attorney, someone that can be trusted to watch out for Junior's trust while Junior's figuring himself out. And then the girls who have their act together, their assets go into trust so that if there's a divorce in the future, or there's a bankruptcy, or there's some other liability, that those assets are protected from the claims of those creditors. Hey, Dodger, hey, come back here, buddy. All right, so those are the things I suggest one look at refreshing in old trusts. Ciao.